Hello, motherland. Hello, motherland. Tell me how you doing. Hello, motherland. Tell me how you doing. Hello, motherland. Tell me how you doing. Hello, motherland. Tell me how you doing.
This is Radio Biafra Middle East. We are on breakfast, and Biafra is rising. Alright, welcome back. Of course, everybody has been welcomed. We are all here. Robo Wado, Isekiri Wado, Izon Wado, Ijo Wado, Akwa Ibom, Mesere, Imo, Anambra, wherever you are, Enugu, wherever you are, it doesn't matter. As long as you are in Biafra land, you are welcome this morning. And of course, it is time for us to move straight into what we have for you this morning. This morning, I have a guest. I have an all-important guest, and of course the person is standing by. I will not introduce the person as it is our custom here on Radio Biafra. The person will introduce themselves. As our leader will always say. So this morning I have those guests, and of course it is somebody we will love to hear from this morning. And of course I will not waste time to go straight to her. But before I do that, I need to make a small announcement. And if you will pay close attention, we have our normal competition that we always advertise on this platform, on all the platform of Radio Biafra. And of course, this competition is also to empower Biafrans. You know, it doesn't matter how big or how small it is just for empowering Biafrans. So I'm going to ask a question, and of course, if you know the answer, and we are going to open our lines shortly, and I will love you to call in and tell us what is the correct answer to this question. If you get it right, you will be lucky to walk away with a 500 Naira recharge card voucher. That is what you are going to get this morning. And let's go to the question. Now here is the question. Are you ready for this? This is, alright, let's say, Kaduna State violence over the introduction of Sharia led to the death of at least 150 people. And also homes, shops and churches were also destroyed. I'll take this again. Kaduna State violence over the introduction of Sharia led to the death of at least 150 people. And also homes, shops and churches were also destroyed. Now the question is, when did this happen? When did this violence happen in Kaduna State? If you know the answer, please call us and you might be lucky to walk away with this 500 Naira recharge voucher. It could be all yours, you never know. Just give it a trial, give it a shot. And I need to let you know that this competition is only for those in Biafra land. If you are out of Biafra land, of course you will not partake in it. But only those in Biafra land. And you need to ensure that you have never won before. If you have won in the past 2-3 months, of course you are not eligible. So you need to know that you haven't won for you to be able to, join in this competition. So let me see if I will get hold of our guest this morning. If I get hold of her, of course I know I will, because she has been waiting. She has been on standby, and as soon as I get her, I will bring her to you. And then of course we will open our line at the later stage and get Biafrans to tell us what is on their mind this morning, because today is Tuesday and it is a reaction Tuesday. All right, my sister, do I have you on the line?
Yes, Monachio.
Good morning from here. This is Radio Biafra, and it is a custom here. When you come on this platform, you need to tell us that Biafra is rising.
Oh, Biafra is definitely rising.
My sister, I need you to say it very loud.
Biafra is absolutely rising.
Now we're talking. All right. My sister, you are welcome. This is Radio Biafra Middle East, and of course I will give you the opportunity to introduce yourself to Biafrans, and then we will continue. Please go ahead.
Good morning, my brothers and sisters. I even hate to speak Eliza's language this morning. I want to start speaking my heavenly language, which is Igbo.
Absolutely.
But because of my other brothers and sisters all over Biafra land, I will continue with Eliza's language. I hate Eliza's language.
Me too.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Mazi. What a wonderful job. I was listening to the music. Awesome work.
Thank you very much.
I am Monachio Saga from Houston, Texas. We are about to host our Onyendu in few more days. There is excitement in the air. We cannot sleep. So right now it's about 2:45 in the morning here, and I just can't sleep. I cannot wait to see my Lord and my Savior, Mazi.
All right. Now listen to this, my dear, before I go to my question. I want you to listen to this. I wrote this, and of course, I advertised it on Radio Biafra Facebook site. I don't know where the inspiration came from, but somehow I felt that something is about to happen in Houston. And I said,
yes,
the Biafran train is still on the move, with only one final destination, which is Biafra. We started from Atlanta, Georgia, to Toronto, Canada, and back to the land of angels, which is Los Angeles. And now here comes the big one. My goodness me. The Biafran train will make a stop in Houston, Texas, USA. I haven't even been there, but hear me talking.
Yes.
That is prophecy. In a town hall meeting this coming Saturday, the 22nd of June 2019. Come and bring with you the hard questions. Even the, what do they call that fund? What is that fund? Hajakashri. The defense funds.
Defense fund.
Yeah,
yes.
Bring your defense fund question, and let's confront the wisdom of Solomon, Mazen Namde Kano, or Hamadike Biafra.
The man with good counsel.
The wise man from the east. The last man standing. All right, my sister, take it away. Why is this Houston, Texas town hall meeting is such a big deal? Biafrans want to know.
Oh my goodness, it is such a big deal because we have thousands, if not 100 millions, really, because every Biafran here at least have 4 children. I have 4 children. My sister have 5. I know my cousin has 6. I mean, we are everywhere here. And I can tell because where I work at the medical center, every chart of a patient that I look is seen by a Biafran doctor, Igbo. Wow. You know, Chiemeka, Chiazoka, this, Chidema. So we are that rampant. And this is a place that, you know, if you listen to everyone in the world in the medical center, it's the biggest medical center in the world. It's a huge place. And for me to be seeing at least 2 or 3 Biafrans' name on patients' chart every day, that will tell you the amount of people. We are so dense, populated here in Houston. So it's a good place. It's a good feeding ground for our leader to come and energize our people. We went to the church on Sunday, Igbo Catholic Church, where our people tend to congregate. People are excited. The excitement is in the air. But you know, when you have been marinated in deep shit, for lack of a better word, when you have been in shithole country forever, it takes time to bring somebody out of it. So, but I can feel the excitement. Everybody is, you know, it's in the air. It's in the air, my brother.
All right. Now, I will ask you this, and people are asking the same question. Why America at this point in time? Why did our leader choose to travel to America? Because this travel is seen as very, very significant and strategical.
It is quite strategical. So most people that got their freedom got it from America. If you look at Southern Sudan and the rest, you know, they are like countries. This is where it started. You have your brothers and sisters in here that are doing well. They have the resources. We just have to come together and move. And like I said, people are getting it. The Zoo election did it for us. When they wanted to vote, I know a platform that my husband belongs to, they were talking about, oh, go get your PVC. Now they don't have any PVCs. They don't have any hope. They are totally hopeless. So they don't have any choice now. One idiot even came back and wrote, why are they calling IPOB? This is the people that didn't want to talk about IPOB. They say IPOB is a terrorist organization. That's not true. I've already researched. The same group of people, my brother, they are getting it. This is the place that is, you know, it started for other people. America stands for freedom anyway.
Absolutely.
If not for anything, it's strategic in freedom making. So we are here to get our own freedom. And what we need is for our brothers and sisters to rise up, because Biafra is rising.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. And of course, I need to also say this as well. Israel, of course, we're talking about the whole people got their independence from America. Everything that happens in Israel somehow is being decided in America. People don't know why, because half of Israelis lives in America. I'm talking about the big people who make decisions for Israel. They are in America, and that was where this whole Israeli country was decided on before they actually came and take up this place. Now, what is your advice to our people in America? Because the thing is this: we are having children over there. The question is, for how long? Wouldn't you want to come and show these children your home? And of course, not under these circumstances. What is your advice to our people in America? Please go ahead.
My brother, my advice is for us to have our own home. I've been living here for the longest time. I came here as a youngster. It's almost 30 years after that. My daughter is 21 years old. My children love Biafra. They want Biafra like I wanted Biafra, whether it's coming from their mom's point of view, but they understand why we need Biafra. People need to wake up here. Not only is the immigration law changing for people here, it's not as safe as it used to be. I have a friend that works at the prison system, and she was telling me how many of our Biafran kids are now in prison. Then I have one that works in a psych unit. She's telling me how many of our children now are in psych units. So this place is not even a place where you will sit down and relax. They are after Biafrans, just like the zoo government. Any little thing you do here, they will take your license, because most people here have a job, they have licenses. Any little thing you do, they will revoke your license. When a white person does the same thing, they will give them a rehab or give them an extension. If you are a Biafra, immediately, because you're a criminal, because you're a Nigerian, you are a criminal. So anything you do, whether you did it with a criminal intent or good heart, they will come for your license. They understand that's how you feed your family. They will come and get it from you and destroy you. So we need our own place. We need a backup plan. I have a neighbor here who is an Indian. This man runs a very capable business in India and also here. So people will order stuff from India. Guess what? Immediately he will FedEx it from here and they will get it. We cannot do both of that in the zoo. The zoological government will not allow us to do that. So even when it comes to investment, I know of so many stories of people who spend their retirement. A friend of ours got the money out of retirement, go home to use it to start something. Do you know that money that I'm meaning, my brother, gone, like zap, gone. And he invested this money thinking that he can get it back. So the earlier we fix that home where we can make investment, even if you want to live here, you can make an investment and it will be safe. You can go home and you won't have to sleep in a hotel. A lot of us here, we build mansions back home. I remember when my husband went home for 3 months, the poor guy was sleeping in a hotel because it's not safe. Is that a home? And we abandon our home and he's sleeping in a hotel. We have to get it right. There is nothing. Everybody here is complaining in America. When you see them, any chance they sit, especially our men, our useless men, when they sit down and start talking, all they talk about is how bad that zoological republic is. But they do not have the mental capacity like my Lord and my Savior to come up with a plan on how to solve it. All they want to do is to complain. And that's why I am always in their face. I said, if you guys do not get me Biafra, you guys are more than monkeys and less than monkeys and baboon. Which one is more than?
Fanatical about Biafra, fanatic about Biafra. Now, I'm going to put you on the spot here. I've known you from the forum that we are in. Now, what drives you? Because when it comes to Biafra, I prefer to stay out of your way, because when you talk Biafra, my goodness me, I see the passion. There's no stopping you. If anybody stays on your way, it is a problem. What
I've always fight for the right thing to be done. I've always defended the people that cannot defend themselves. Little did I know that my brothers and sisters needed my help. I was born for this. If I die bringing Biafra, I will go straight to heaven. And I've been asking Chukwu Okike Abiyama. I said, if you do not give my people heaven on this earth, then you do not exist. If you cannot let Biafra come, then you are not my God. It's just that simple. There is no reason why we will come on this earth, and the day we come, we will suffer from the day we are born to the day we will die. And then someone will live in America and enjoy from the day he was born and the day he will die. And then you will tell me I will go to heaven afterwards. I said, God, we don't want that too. We do not want that. So I am indicting God. I am indicting God to give my people freedom and give them the same good things he has been giving other people. So even in that case, we are not waiting for God to come and do it. We are telling him we will do our part, and God must do his part, because our people must give freedom. So for me, this is not even a job. I have to be at work in the next 4 hours. I do not care. I will stay up all night. Do you know how this thing works, my brother? Everything that I'm doing, you think I'm working too hard, is effortless on my part, because Chukwu Okike Abiyama is behind me. It's in my DNA. I do not suffer from it. He has given me peace in every aspect of my life to be able to do that, to do this right now. My children doesn't bother me. My husband doesn't bother me. My job does not bother me. It's like he was planning for all of this. And he implanted me in the right place at the right time for me to work for my people. So this is what I'm born for. Like, it gives me great joy to know that my people will be getting freedom someday, because Biafra is rising. Absolutely.
And that brings me to the next question. You see, we were talking yesterday, of course, I had Pastor Chris as my guest. We are talking, this restoration efforts. Now, if you see most of our sisters who are involved in this Biafra restoration, when they walk past, and let me give you an example, those in Biafra land, you know what people call them this time? Troublemakers. That's what they label them. Now I begin to think, because when I see people like you and some of our other sisters, Neka Igwenago from the UK, and so many other sisters who are actually, and the mothers who are working so hard in this struggle, then I say to myself, for you to do this successfully, you need the backing of your husband. If you're a woman who is married. Now I need you to tell me a little bit of this. They say behind every successful man there is a woman. Now in your case, is there behind every successful woman, is there a man? Please go ahead.
Absolutely. There's a wonderful man, a gallant supporter of Biafra. He lives and he breathes Biafra.
Absolutely.
Because we live in an upright home. Our house is a place where we actually sit down and we call our children and we tell them, tell us what we are doing wrong. We allow our children to sit in a circle with us and say, Mommy, you did this wrong. Daddy, you did it, right in front of us. My brother, I tell you, was not comfortable. What I'm trying to establish to you is that we have been an honest family. We have been people that work together, that understand each other, that call out each other and correct each other, and we grow together. So I am not surprised that when I took on this project, I remember when I first joined, my husband would ask me, can I tell him what we did with Biafra? I said, no, if you don't pay, I'm not telling you. He said, what kind of a person are you? Even my dad will say, yeah, that's your boyfriend, this thing. What did you all do today? I said, do you want to pay? He would tell me, oh, but I'm retired. I don't have a job. I say, oh, you're a liar. You have land in Omahia. You have land in Okigwe. Give Biafra one land, and then I'll give you the information. He said, what kind of a daughter is this? I said, Father, you don't count. So my poor husband, he tried several times to get information from the Biafra meetings. I said, no, if you don't join, you're not getting any information. He said, please put my name down. Here is the check for 1 year. I joined. So now he's even worse than I am. Every
Why I'm asking you this, because I've seen a lot. I mean, the other day I watched Professor Ejiofor. He came to the gathering there in the US, and he came with his wife. Do you know what that means? It means that they both are in support of Biafra. He came with his wife.
My brother, that is what we're asking our brothers and sisters here. We have brothers here who are doing this, and they hold high position in IPOB, and their wife does not join us. So it's something that we must have to look into. If you cannot convince your husband and your wife to join us, are you going to then convince other people to join us? So we have to be honest with yourselves. If you cannot do this job, I will say it again on your show, my brother. That's why Monachio is a troublemaker. If you cannot do this job, remove yourself. My people are dying. Remove yourself. Let's get people that will do this job and go home. We are tired. We are tired. So if you cannot convince your spouse, your children, and all that stuff, tell me how you can convince other people that don't live in your home. So we are calling our men, and that's one thing here in Houston, in my Houston unit, as a unit coordinator. Most of my people, I insist that they bring their wives. So let's say somebody is telling me, oh, I can't really join, my wife cannot join because of financial, means. But I know she's there. You see what I'm saying? Like, they don't have the money, but, they can participate. It's okay. But what is not okay is for you to be kind of like separate yourself. We suppose this is one family. IPOB, one family. Absolutely. Not half family. Not half family. So you are so correct. And our sisters, I'm using this opportunity, especially if your husband is in this struggle and you're giving him hell. If you do not let him go, God will punish you and your children. I'm professing that over your life now. If you do not allow my brother to start doing his Biafran restoration project, God will delay your progress. God will delay your children's progress. God will delay your generation progress to go. So let that man go. Don't be a gadrabachurozo. Don't be unwekwensu and block the person. Yeah, we don't know a sister that is working towards this restoration project, and your husband is the devil in the house. We are decreeing and asking Chukwu Okike Abiamana to remove that nonsense, because it will not work. Biafra is lazy. Biafra is a righteous thing. Biafra is God's project. Biafra is the only reason why a black man will remain relevant in this whole world.
All right, that is beautiful. Of course, if you are joining us, I am here with our sister Monachio Obala. Of course, she is the coordinator, Houston, Texas, and she is the host, of course, hosting our leader on Saturday. So, my sister, tell me, so what should Biafrans expect on Saturday? Because from what I am feeling, it sounds like a fireworks.
My brother, like I said, remember when Jesus was coming into town? I'm telling you, my Lord and my Savior is coming into town. What do you think? My Lord and my Savior is coming into town. Not the one that came 3 million years ago. This one is coming while Monachio is in Houston. What do you expect?
Fireworks.
So, Chukwu Okike Abiama has already taken precedence. He's going to come. He's going to be flawless, professionally done. The difference is clear, because when you are working for Chukwu Okike Abiama, when you are on your knees asking God, show me how I can deliver my people, God shows me. So you will see the difference between those that are just doing Biafran things and those that get on their knees and say, God, show me how to do this for my people. My brother, I am excited. I cannot wait again to meet. When I went to Atlanta, I didn't really get to meet him that much. I was far away. I came out to tell him that I love him, but never really met. I didn't even shake his hand. That's how shy I was. I was flying away. So this one, he's going to have to give me a hug. He's going to have to talk to me. He's going to have to converse with me. I'm going to get the full effect of Jesus Christ moment when he comes.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Absolutely, all right. It is still Radio Biafra Middle East, and of course, hanging with me this morning is our sister, the one and only Monachio Obala. She is coordinator Houston, Texas, and of course, they are hosting our leaders come Saturday, Shabbat, the 22nd day of June 2019. What are you waiting for?
The day of the Lord.
Take out your listening devices, because Biafra train is making a stop in Houston, Texas. You don't want to be left out, trust me, because this train is so fast, you can stop it. Now listen to me, my sister. I enjoy town hall meeting. I tell you why. I watch our leader, questions being thrown at him, those funny questions. There are questions that are like a trap. They ask you, they want you to say something wrong, and then they will run with it. But the way he handles all the question, the way he answers that question, I say to God, give me just half of the wisdom to ask the question will be like, okay, they will no comment, they go and sit down. What is your observation with regards to all the questions and the way he handles them?
My brother, the man is ordained. God heard our cries all these years, and he prepared a man called Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come and deliver his people. I was speaking to a reporter yesterday. He's part of the group that will be interviewing our leader for a local newspaper here. And he said, oh, I saw one of his interview on TV One, and my God, it's good. I said, really? He was trying to impress me. I said, do you know who you're talking to? I said, I wouldn't even watch the one from TV One because I'm already over impressed. So he's impressing you because you just got here. The day I started listening to my leader, I haven't even joined Ipob, was when he was back home evangelizing. I said, Jesus Christ. I even wanted to go home. My husband said, look at this one that doesn't want to travel. I said, I want to go and meet this Jesus Christ in Biafra land. I want to go and meet this Jesus Christ in Biafra land. The way he magnet people, like if you come, you know how magnet works. You put anything around it, it will take you in. You put anything around it, will take you in. This guy will take you in with any question that you like. You know your answer came directly from heaven. There's no argument about that. So he is the one that was sent to deliver us. This whole action will tell you that God is with him, that he was sent by Elohim, and all we need to do is to receive. We have been given. All we need to do is to receive and stop fighting for a free gift that has been given to us. So for those of us that are privileged to recognize this gift, we thank God. We honor him. And for those of us that are waking up, the good news, we are excited. He is ordained to do this, so no questions. True, that's why we're telling them here in Houston. I said, don't go and sit on and did this, on and did that. Come to the place, let him deal with you. You know, these African men, they think they are smart because they have their stupid
confront
PhDs.
him with your question.
Confront him. By the time he finishes with you, your wife will kick you out of the house because you're less than a monkey and a baboon.
Now listen to charismatic people who are ordained to lead the people. We have Chief D Memeko Odumegojuku, and now we have our leader. Now let me ask you, look around in Biafra land and tell me, if we miss this time, if we miss this opportunity, who on earth, who in Biafra land will lead us and get us Biafra? Please go ahead.
My brother, so we had a show on Saturday. Our show is about how these people, these so-called leaders, how they have failed us. They will speak all the Queen's English. They've been roaming about, coming out, and we'll be parading them, pushing them in the front. Go and represent us. You have PhD, you can speak English. Not knowing that these people do not know their left from right. Not knowing they can't even take care of their affairs. Because here in America, when you get a PhD, especially for, the Westerners, there are certain things you can do. Like my sister Ipob said, he said when you have a PhD, you're supposed to take on a research, carry on a research, complete that research by yourself. That's how you do. You know, our people will get PhD. All they will do, my brother, is to speak English. They don't know what they studied. That's all. They will speak better than Eliza. Their English will be better than Eliza's language. You will see them, they'll be using the English language to intimidate their people. Do you know here in America, when people are speaking, even the president, he speaks simple English. I'm doing is telling my people this morning, what we need, like my leader has been lamenting, is common sense Biafrans. Do not let anybody with their stupid degree intimidate you. To tell you the truth, at one point I wanted to get 2. I was working on 2 PhDs because I wanted to overdo those people and say, you stupid and your stupid PhDs. My brothers and sisters, do not let them intimidate you. They are as dumb as they come. Don't let their English language, because English language is not an assessment of your IQ. It's just a language. That's number one. So do not let any idiot, any monkey and baboon from anywhere come and tell you that your English is not good, or you're not speaking very well, or they will use their English to intimidate you. Tell them to speak Igbo. That's what you understand. Let's speak what I understand, and I will tell you who I am. So we are calling our brothers and sisters this morning, like my brother asked the question, who do you think will lead us? My brother, we don't have any lead. But guess what? I am also calling on my sisters to rise up. Africa has been left in that continent by men that speak Queen's English, they speak Eliza's English. As you're talking, they have 50 PhDs. We are telling them enough is enough. We don't want you guys ruling anymore. Our children are dying at the Mediterranean Sea. They are being tortured in Libya. They are being humiliated in Malaysia. They are being stoned in Togo. We are sick and tired of it. You guys don't understand what it takes to get pregnant and have kids and take care of them and wake up at night. I remember when I had my first daughter, I was in school. I was still getting up at night to feed her and study for my exam and go. You guys have no slightest idea. The only innovation that we have gotten from Africa is our children being killed. And it's the same men that destroy their livelihood that will turn around now and tie their hands behind their back and put a tire on their neck and burn them for stealing food, for stealing cell phone. But it's the same stupid government that ruined their life to start with. They never established jobs for them. They never gave any hope for their future. But they will be the first one to tie our boys and our men's hand behind their back and burn them alive for nonsense. And we are saying, African men, enough is enough. We are tired of your stupidity. We are tired of your PhD. We are tired of your Queen's English. We are tired of your I too know. We are tired of you challenging our leader. We are tired of you doing all the evils or running around Fulani's headman to go and get your own court. We are tired of your political interest over the future of our children. And we, the African women, are saying we are going to rise up and fight any monkey and any baboon that will come after our children.
Wow, wow, wow. Now, listen to this, my dear. You know, during the time of the Israelites, of course, in Egypt, when they were in slavery, God spoke to Moses. And I want to read this to you because I am going somewhere with this. Very, very important. And the Lord said to Moses, I have surely seen the affliction of my people, which are in Egypt, and I have heard their cry by reason of their taskmasters, for I know their sorrows. Now, God always speaks to somebody. There has to be somebody. There has to be a leader, somebody who is close to God. God cannot speak to a criminal. God cannot speak to those so-called red cap chief who are criminals, those who have defied themselves. God have to speak to somebody who have not defied themselves. Our leader always said, now, why are our people not seeing this? If beside Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, who else in Biafra land will you follow? Who else in Biafra land would you listen? This is the man who have the opportunity to become a billionaire, not even a millionaire if he wants to. This is a man who have the opportunity to just say the word and they will put any amount he wants in his bank account. They will give him anything he wants, but he is just walking up and down. He doesn't have an abode. Our leader doesn't have a place. His father's compound has been ransacked. He is a prince, for goodness sake. His father's kingdom has been ransacked. My goodness me. And yet, people still find something to tell this man. My dear, I want to ask you this thing. Are we bewitched? Please go ahead.
We are bewitched. We are bewitched. There is something fundamentally wrong with African brain. You know, our leaders said it and they say he's insulting them. I have seen their likes. They are full of, for lack of a better word in America, they say shit. They are full of it. The only thing they have is this little education. This is what we are teaching our children now. Because this whole thing has damaged our people's brain. All this go and become a doctor, go and become a lawyer. After that, these idiots cannot reason past that. Are we talking about the jealousy part of it? Why is it not me? Why can't he be me? Why is it Nnamdi Kanu? Do you know what Nnamdi Kanu did to get where he got, where he is right now? Do you know that this man studied for 17 years to learn about his people? As for me doing this, Before I started doing something for them, I got on my knees. I said, God, I want to do more. What is it that you want me to do? That's how I'm able to do this. I didn't come out from nowhere and bang and start talking like this. Besides, before all of this, my brother, I don't talk to anyone. No. Nobody knows I'm in Houston. They only look at my face. I hate to say I'm a pretty girl, a pretty lady. They see me, they will be like, who is that one that doesn't talk? I don't talk. I hide myself, not knowing that God wanted me to do more for my people. As I'm getting older and as I'm getting comfortable, my bills are being paid, okay, I don't have any issues. I say, God, what do you want me to do? And what am I going to be sitting here eating and doing things? Do you know, before I started doing this restoration project, I was volunteering here in America. I'm telling you, yesterday, I got 4 phone calls from a foundation asking me for money because I usually give them money. These are the things that I will find in myself. I will go and volunteer, I will give them money, not knowing that our people, needed us. So we have been running around in circles, wasting our time, being jealous against our leader because people are saying, why can't it be me? It cannot be you because you have not done the work. You cannot just wake up and reap where you did not sow. Our leader invested his time. He invested his money. He invested his talent. And what we are asking our brothers and sisters, we have mentioned this severally on our show. Develop your talent. Work on your talent. We don't want competition anymore. We don't want, like our mama would tell us, Ikechukwu's head might be mathematics. I have a son here. This boy will wake up and draw things I've never seen before. That's what he loves to do. What we need to do is to develop that art he has in his brain. For me here, I can cook, I can clean, I can go to school, I can know, that's my gift. I don't complain about things. Do you know I can stay up all day and do different things and I will do it well? Because in my DNA, whereas you will bring another woman, you mention one thing I have done in a day, they will pass out. But it's in my DNA, so I can work with that. So what we don't want in Biafra land is competition. What we want is people to develop their talent. Whatever it is, do it well. We want you to build, if you are a carpenter, build your furniture and your carpentry so well that when you bring it out to challenge a Chinese person, the Chinese person will drop their merchandise and run and say, this one has passed me. So there is no competition. You don't have to be like Monachio. Monachio does not have to be like Ike. What Ike, look at your voice, my brother. Do you know it almost sounds like it's coming from heaven? I don't know what you're doing in that studio.
Hallelujah.
It sounds like thunder coming from heaven.
I'm humbled.
So my own is sounding like I'm under the bed somewhere, but I'm not under the bed, I'm on top of the bed. So it's a gift. No jealousy, no attacking. Stay in your lane, leave Nnamdi Kanu. This idiot called Tony Nnaji with Okpurukpanya running around Kampuramu. He's all over the place. Talking about Lower Niger Delta, my foot. These are the Zeke of our time. I have degree. I got senior advocate. Now Harvard, I did this and I did that and I did this. All they are looking is for them to be relevant, for their political interest. Instead of them to join their brothers that has the ability to tell people, sit at home, they will sit at home. They are busy. That idiot was here in Houston yesterday. He was busy going around propagating his own agenda, Lower Niger Council or Lower Niger Delta. These are how I've been dealing with all of them. Do you know this stupid idiot put me in the platform? I think he's in that platform. My brother, I ran insult. I said, monkeys are baboons. Go and get me Biafra and stop running around like Mkuramo. Get me Biafra. They will say, they will send me the picture he took. Oh, he took picture with some white people. Don't send me any more pictures you take with a white person. Go and get me Biafra. That does not work. So this is the thing that they do. They run around and waste our time. They are dividing our people. We are looking for unison, for us to speak with one voice. This will be running around trying to divide the hand so that can be relevant. We do not want any more Zeke with his stupid degree. Zeke won't again and burn you alive. We do not want any idiot with their so-called degree destroying what we are doing. What we are again looking is for common sense Biafrans is good enough. And my brothers and sisters, if you have common sense, I want you to be emboldened. Challenge any animal with their PhD. Bring them down. PhD says that will bring him down. No wonder people has been saying PhD means bring him down. Bring them down. They are monkeys or baboons. Bring them down. They don't know what they are doing. Do not allow them with PhD. Do not allow them to represent you. All they know is what they studied in the lab. They cannot differentiate between their left and their right. They don't know what is white and black. All they do is to function in the level of, that's if they can function. Oh. That's if they can function. So I am calling on my brothers and sisters this morning to wake up. I don't care if you speak fake English. I want you to be emboldened. Eliza's language is not our language. If you have common sense, come up and work for Biafra.
All right, thank you very much, my dear. And of course, if you are joining us, this is our sister Monachio. She is the coordinator of Houston, Texas. She will be hosting our leader come the 22nd day of June, this Saturday, and that will be happening live only on Radio Biafra. You can hook up with us, and of course, you will not be disappointed. Now, my sister, before I let you go, I need to ask you this. Now, there is something that we need to work on again, and that is impatience. People think that freedom fighting is just a walk in the park. There are a lot of underground work that goes with it. And Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, that man doesn't rest. My goodness me. He is doing more than all of us, I can tell you, because I cannot do what he is doing. He doesn't have any other job. The only job he has is Biafra. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, we need to appreciate that it doesn't come cheap. It doesn't come easy. He is doing his best. We need to be patient and, of course, help, because some people are not doing anything. All they're asking you, what is the latest? Wonder what is the latest?
Biafra will come. They will tell you Biafra will come whether we do anything or not. It will come. I know you will come.
So please, I need to give an advice to our people in terms of patience, and also to get involved. Doing something, it doesn't matter how small what you are doing is. You don't need to do what I'm doing. Whatever you are doing in this struggle is very, very relevant and important. Please go ahead.
My brother, in one of our shows, we talked about using every talent in Biafra land. Here in America, there's a company, Cisco company. It's a huge company. They've been known for hundreds of years. Cisco company decided to enlist the help of autistic people to help them develop a customer service that is out of this world, like something that have never been used. And the cohort group is about 10 people, and they're using them to come up with these ideas. And these children these are the children their parents will be taking care of, because nobody will really hire them. But Cisco company hired them, this first group, and they're looking to hire more, paying them over $100,000 a year with the apartment. A lot of them now, they've learned how to drive. The boy that was profiled that day, he barely can button his shirt. His mom had to literally get him help to do some other stuff while he's working for Cisco. What point am I trying to make? There's something that everybody can do for us in Biafra land. All we need is consistency. We don't want you to be a Biafran today, tomorrow you're a zoological republic person. We don't want you to be about Nnamdi Kanu today, tomorrow you're asking him about defense fund that Irania and their criminal friends too can run. We don't want you to be white today and tomorrow you're black. Our leaders say consistency. And that's one of the things I preach to my unit here in Houston. We want people to be doing the same thing, moving forward, saying, I have a target to get to, right? It's like someone going to school. You get up at night, you study, you do your homework. In 4 years, you get that email to apply for your graduation because you have done the work. What will not work is for you to sit around, not doing anything, thinking Biafra will come, or thinking, oh, it's going to come now. No, there's some groundwork. Do you know the damage that has been done to us? I met a guy yesterday at work. And Fakeness is an old elderly white gentleman. We usually climb the stairs together, both of us, to 10th floor. Nobody does that. Of course, a Biafran, me, an overachiever. I climb the step, everybody takes the elevator. So we meet each other at the step, and he kind of talk to me. So yesterday he saw me for the longest time. I stopped climbing the stairs because this onion juice coming is doing his own thing on me. So I've been lazy. He saw me, he said, I have not seen you at the stairs. I said, I'm too busy, I will start after next week. So he kept looking at me. He said, beautiful lady, where are you from? See, I'm from Biafra. Yeah, Bankit, an elderly gentleman. He's about maybe 75, 72. He said, Biafra. I have not heard that word since 1970.
Wow.
It's interesting that you're using it. Were you born before then? I said, no. He said, you're using the word Biafra. He wanted to have a conversation with me, but I had to, go back to work. So the point I'm trying to make is that we have to be consistent. We are putting the information out there. I work in a place where I meet people all the time. I have my Biafran pin on my chest. And it's a conversation starter for people. So anything you can do to restore our land, whether it's wearing a t-shirt or a cap or a pin, and somebody sees it and they ask you what it's all about, you tell them what we're doing. Our prayer as Onyendu comes to Houston is that we will get the information out to general American public. You know, these big media teams here, they're ignoring us, not because they don't know what is going on at home. A lot of them have business interests at home. They have investment. I find that that Bush family also has interest in our oil. So they are working hard to make sure that the big media house does not recognize what we are doing, even though they know. So they are hiding it. Our prayer is that we can get this information out to the American public. Because when we go any America that you meet here that do not have a Biafran friend or have seen a Biafran, because we don't want to be using word Nigerian, because when you use the word Nigeria, 99.9% of them are Biafrans. So not every one of them work with Biafrans. If we Biafran have seen Biafran at school, went to school with Biafran, somehow. So if we can put this information out there for them to see, they will start asking questions. So our biggest challenge is to do that. So our prayer is that when Onyendu comes, he can energize us, especially at this base here in Houston, where our brothers and sisters reside, where we can, move with Ihaineme, especially getting our younger ones involved, our youths. That's our prayer. We invited the youths to our thing. We invited Umuada Igbo. There's a very big group that Igbo Unite. It's a huge group. It consists of our young working professionals, and they have their conventions all over United States. So we want to download this Biafra thing in their brain, and they will be the one to move with it. So that is our prayer. We need to work with Onyendu. We need to be consistent with what we're doing. We need to be patient. Patient means while we are being patient that some people may be killed, but nothing in this, even in this America that we live in. If they tell you how many people that were killed before they get their freedom, it's still, equal to the amount. So my brothers and sisters, I want to thank you guys this morning for listening to my wonderful voice from Houston. I don't know how it sounds. I hate listening to my voice. We are here to restore our father's land. We are here to do the right thing. We are here, at least for me. My goal is that my brothers and sisters will not suffer anymore. I do not want anybody waiting to their 60 years to get their first wife. I do not want my young ones that have finished college or university to sit at home and be eating their mother's fufu. I do not want my sisters to be sitting and not having anybody to marry them because everybody else has died at the Mediterranean Sea. What we want is freedom for our people. And not his lazy call. So we must continue. We are not afraid. We are determined. We are consistent. We will ensure, even if it's the last thing that we do, we will ensure that freedom will reign in our land. Thank you much, Nate.
All right. Please, before you go, when I'm with you here on air, it's like I don't want you to go, but I know you have to go. But I need you to please emphasize on this. You see, most of our people who lives in America, they thought America just evolved from somewhere, from the space. But they don't know that people pay the price in America. People
a huge price.
Died. Now, listen, Boston, does it sound familiar to you? That was where it all began, the Boston Massacre.
Yes.
Americans protested in March 1770. There was a riot where they were all massacred. And after that massacre, now that is where American independence started. So when you enter a country or a land, don't think, oh, this is so beautiful. If you can hear the dark history of that country, where they came from, those who fought that war are not even alive to enjoy it, but their children are enjoying. I need you to talk a bit about this so that people can understand what we are doing today is not just about us. It is about generations to come. History, people need to hear about it and talk about us. Please go ahead briefly.
Absolutely, my brother. Absolutely. We have always made this challenge to people. I say the difference between the Westerners and the Africans is that we don't think about the future of our children. In everything that is being done in America here, they always think about the future. They always think, do you know there's a process that they use, of course, it's called continuous improvement process, CIP. Continuous improvement process is what they do. How do we make things better? It's not necessary for me to enjoy, but the next person coming in, let's say you make a phone call or you have a problem and you call the line, it didn't work. Guess what? It will be discussed in the next meeting. How do we make sure that this person not in distress, when they call, they will be able to get an answer so they can be addressed? So the point I'm trying to make is that we have to find a way to make things better. It may include some people dying. It may include us giving up some things. Some of us may be in prison. Some of us may lose our assets. But guess what? If we do this and our children later on benefit from it, that is how life goes around. So there is no reason why in Africa what men are doing is every chance they get, they will use the money for themselves. Even here, do you know African Americans are suffering the same fate where they don't invest in their communities? You will see a white person, they will get a little money, any little thing that happens, they will give donation. They will put their, help people out. Some of them, they will even hide. They wouldn't even know they give because our people like to give and they want to be announced on the radio. No. These people will go behind and take on a project. Even a little child. There was a little child that studied slippers for Africans or shoes for Africans. She will go from houses to houses and collect shoes that she wants to be sent to Africa. This is a little white girl. Wow. Do you see our people doing that? And that's one thing I encourage my children. We don't do that. What we do is, instead of that, if we get money and become a musician and we have money, we'll start buying shoes. These white people will deceive us. We'll start buying shoes for $1 million. And we'll be telling ourselves that we have a right. Your brothers and sisters are dying and you're spending $1 billion for a shoe just to show that you have a right. But if you look at it, the same token, a white person in that position will be wearing flip-flop. That's what they called it. Back home it's called slippers. They will be wearing flip-flop and they'll be using money to help people. What are we saying in essence? The same thing. There is something wrong, fundamentally wrong with black brain. We don't like to invest in the future of our people. We don't like to invest in the future of our children. We would rather go and help Fulani. We would rather go and invest in Fulani land or help Fulani people. We would rather go and invest in other places. Do you know here in America, Chinese people, when they open their store, my brother, they will not hire anybody. Everybody in that store will be Chinese. That's number one. And you will never see them in a store buying anything unless if it's on so much sale. Let's say it's something. Some of them will come to a America store and bring their mom and their dad.
Maybe it's very Black Friday. They wait for Black Friday.
So they will come and buy things. If it's dirt cheap, they will. We are so useless. We are so daft. All we are doing is emulating everybody. If we see Yoruba, we will sew Yoruba clothes. If you see Chinese, we'll start speaking China. If we see Hausa, we'll start speaking Hausa. I went to school with Hausa. Hausa is a more brother to me than you are. Have you ever seen Onya Hausa saying that, telling you that an Igbo person is more brother than you to an Hausa person? But a stupid Biafran will go around and say, I went to school with Hausa, they are my best friend, they are this, I like them more than some of these Igbo people here. But you never hear Onya Hausa say something like this. My brother, our brain is damaged. I don't know if it's Kwashoko or what the British government have been putting in our food. Something is going on in that dark continent. Many people that cause people not to be reasoning. There is something evil going on in that continent that people cannot reason and say, I need to invest in the future. I need to make sure this is done. Do you know here there was a mother that the son got killed in a motor accident by a drunk drivers? That woman, instead of being mad, do you know what she did? She went and started an organization called Mom Against Drunk Drivers. It's called MAD. Mom Against Drunk Drivers. Yes, MAD. So any little thing that happened here in America, people will make sure it doesn't happen to somebody else. And that's how the society progress. If your child died by playing with a toy and they got choked and died, guess what? The parents of that child, instead of going home and say, or being in grief and crying, she will say, I don't want another child to die over a toy. You know what she would do? She will start a foundation, calling people, telling them about, you can't use this kind of toy, it can kill a toddler, it can choke a toddler. By the time you know it, they will start campaigning for the government to remove that toy from the market. Because why? Again, they don't want it to happen to somebody else. But our people, if something happens, that's why we're in all this almighty mess. If something happens to somebody else, they will say, oh, Obasarom, metro. They will keep on moving. A friend of mine explained it very well. He said Biafrans are like birds flying in the air and somebody is shooting them from the ground. So they are all flying. If somebody shoots one, the bird will look back and say, oh, it's not me, I'll keep flying. Then somebody will shoot. No idiot will be asking, who is shooting us up there? Who is shooting us and making us come down? No. They will keep flying. Oh, Obasarom, you know, there's armed robbers coming to the neighborhood, kidnapping people. Oh, let me go and buy a house na Cotonou. There is a school system has fallen apart. Oh, I will send my children to Canada to go to school. My brother, this is why I said they think my leader is raining insult. I will rain insult on black men, especially black men, until they start rethinking their steps, until they understand they have left women and children in a dark continent while other women are moving forward. They need to find a way, because they are the one that left us in all this almighty mess. They need to find a way to revisit everything that they're doing to ensure that our future is protected, because there is no reason I get the lowest human being on the human race. There is no reason why we should be at the bottom. Yes, we are too smart. Yet we have 50 degrees. They need to go and get it right. What we need is a great future for our children. And that great future starts by us investing in the future for our children.
All right, here is the last one, and after this I promise on my honor I will let you go. After this I promise. Now let me ask you this. Our people, many people, especially those in Biafra land, they have a lot of families in diaspora. Now these people I'm talking about, they don't want to hear anything about Biafra. They don't want to. If you go to their Facebook site, they talk about themselves, they talk about the party they had, the bash, the new clothes they had. And we in diaspora are busy telling the world that our people are suffering. And you are sending money to such people, your brothers, maybe your sisters or your family members. And when you talk about Biafra to them, they be like, please, don't even mention this Biafra thing of yours. Now I'm asking a question. Is it good that you continue to support such people? Because that same money you send to them is the money they use to throw their bash party and go on Facebook and show the whole world that everything is good. Whereas we know things are not good. They are actually suffering. There is hunger in the land. So what will you say about this? What advice will you give? Should we keep on supporting those people who don't support Biafra? Please go ahead.
My brother, we talked about fakeness in our show, in our women's show on Saturdays. Fakeness. We have a group of our brothers and sisters who will go and pose. They will even buy clothes on credit. They will go and pose on a can and say, thank God for my life. I thank God for my life. My life is all good. Meanwhile, they are not speaking to their husbands. They are living as roommates. They are working 50 jobs. They are suffering. Very miserable people. But they will go and post themselves on Facebook. One thing I have adopted as a true Biafran, because my Biafran is not just coming on the radio. I practice a Biafran every day. Well, being a Biafran every day. That means if you are not honest, I don't have any dealings with you. So if you, those of you in Biafra land, if you think that, you know, what you get to do is to sit at home and wait for money to be sent to you through Western Union for you to go enjoy life, guess what? We are coming for you. On our radio show, we'll be calling on our brothers and sisters in diaspora to stop sending money, because you guys don't understand the suffering that we go through here. Do you know that your brother may be living under the bridge while they're sending you that money? Do you know your brother may be working 4 or 5 jobs while they're sending you that money? Do you know how many marriages that Zoological Republic have broken because of a husband and wife stealing money to send to their siblings? You will see a wife to be stealing money. You see a husband, they will be stealing money. They will abandon their own family here. By the time you know it, they'll be struggling financially. By the time you know it, they are fighting each other. By the time you know it, do you know the divorce rate, especially here in Houston, is high amongst Biafran because of the stress at home? So you think we are going to be sitting around and sending you money through Western Union while you're going to Yoruba's church to do fasting and praying and a prayer meeting? and posting yourself online. We are in this mess together. I am begging on my brothers and sisters in diaspora. What I told my nephews and my niece, I have to get the name of the unit coordinator where you are, and I have to verify through George Onibe. That's because they can go, these people are criminals, they can go and get you their friend and say it's a unit coordinator. I said I have to make sure that unit coordinator's name is valid, and then that is the only way you get money from me. Guess what? That's the only, and that's what they did. I enforced that for me to continue to support you, because I'm not doing this for free. I want freedom for you. I want to stop working hard for myself and for my family at the same time. I will take to send home. You tell them to go and eat out, they will say the food is $12. These people will throw up because they don't want to spend $12. Not because they don't have $12. They are thinking that $12 I can send it home for my brother. Which brother? The brother that does not know he can go to the backyard and start planting stuff. The brother that does not know for you to work hard in your business that I have opened, you have to go there every morning and make sure you're not closing it down to go to wakekeepings and parties. So you will spend all this money to support them back home. They will waste the money. There's countless stories about brothers and sisters who have taken money from their retirement or whatever, savings, to go and help people back home, and stories were told. Either the brother business got lost or something happened. They always tell stories. They will open up another one. They will always tell stories. They will open up another one. They will always tell stories. I told a story on a Saturday show how I myself, me and my sister that lives in Dallas, we spent $30,000, my brother, trying to open up a borehole back home for my parents. 3 times. The first one, they told us story. My mother said she went to the market. The guy that was my poor mother, and my brother was there. He didn't help them out. He left my mother to handle the man. She went to the market. By the time she came back, the man left. And I was a guy that they paid $10,000 that we sent here. The second one came, left his equipment there and ran. Then the third one, 3 times. After that, I said, my brother, you guys don't need any borehole anymore. You know, I'm going to build the what is that thing called? Tank. Let them come and be putting my water in that tank. It'll be cheaper for me that way. That's how we resolve that issue. So people don't understand what it takes. Meanwhile, I was harassing my poor husband here to bring that money. My parents need it. I'll be harassing this guy. And if he doesn't bring it, all hell will break loose. He will not eat his fufu. I will not talk to him. We will be enemies. So this poor guy now will go and bring money maybe he does not have to go and give to my parents, causing all kinds of stress for marriages. Do you know parents, because of this damnable zoological republic, parents will tell their kids back here, their daughters back here, to be hiding their money from their husband. My brother, before you know it, divorce. Why is the parent in the zoo telling their wife to hide money? Because the mother wants the money for herself. Whereas you're supposed to be working together with your husband to take care of your own family. These people now will turn around and put the stress of their own on top of you, plus your new children and everything else. My brother, it has to stop. We are telling people back home, it will come a time when you will not get that money. If you are not part of our struggle, if you're on Facebook living a fake life, because that's what it is, you know that you don't have, you know that you live without, you know that you're lying. If you are going there to go and confuse people to think you have made it. Anyway. We are calling on all Biafrans to live an upright life. Our leaders say for this Biafra to come, he needs 100 men with clean hearts. In that 100 men, does not have to be a 100-year-old. It can be a 16-year-old child that understands that Biafra is freedom from his people. So Ezoku Wondo, once we start telling ourselves the truth in every aspect, it's not just in anything, every aspect. Let your good morning be good morning. Let the water that you drink be the water that you drink. Don't call it soda. Don't call it palm wine. Let fufu that you eat, don't tell us it's steak. Call it fufu. If your name is Meka, don't call yourself Mekus. It's Meka Chubu. Koruya nisi ezoku every chance you get. And for these things to work, because we've been lying to ourselves for the longest time, you have to be intentional and strategic about it. You have to be you have to concentrate your brain that when you're saying good morning, that you mean good morning. Moya, the Zoological Republic will take you over again, because I see it in my unit. I know some of my members want to do well, but because they are from the zoo, they are still struggling. But if you are intentional over it like I was, because I had an issue. If somebody will call me and my son, I wouldn't want to talk. I tell my son, I will even teach the poor guy to lie. I say, tell them that I'm not here. My brother, since I became a Biafran, when you call me, I will not answer my phone. Whenever you get me over the phone, I'll say, I didn't feel like talking at that time. I will not be afraid. I'm so bold. I say, when you call me, I've been calling you, Mona. Well, when you called me, I didn't want to talk. Is that a problem?
Absolutely.
So being honest, instead of faking it and say, I was sleeping, I wasn't here, I was in the restroom. No. When you called me, I was not ready to talk. So some of my Biafran friends, they are in shock. They are in shock with the way I'm acting. They say, Muna changed Chala. Muna did not change. Muna is doing it the right way, because I want to be one of those 100 men that will restore Biafra. And I cannot do it by lying about anything. I cannot do it by faking it on Facebook. I cannot do it by, when they ask me, what is your name? You say, you are a monkey and a baboon. Go and get Biafra. And then you will tell me who you are. So we need to change, my people. We must change.
All right, so you have heard it from our sister Monachio Bala. My dear, thank you very much. I really appreciate your presence this morning.
Remain blessed.
And you too. All right, so this is where we will leave it. And of course, that was our sister Monachio Bala, all the way from Houston, Texas. And you have heard it from her. My goodness me, she has spoken eloquently. Asini hobola na-eme when our mothers comes out, of course, things are happening, and they are working so hard. They are working assiduously to ensure that Biafra is restored, because the men need the support of the women as well in order for Biafra to be restored. You cannot do without our mothers. It's highly impossible. And we thank her this morning, of course, for gracing this occasion, or rather making her presence felt this morning on this platform. It is Radio Biafra Middle East, and of course we will take a quick break, and once we return from our break, I will open our lines so that Biafrans can begin to call in this morning. And of course, we will take your call before we, close this program. Very, very important. It is Radio Biafra once again. Please don't go away, because we will be right back after this. The sun is rising and Biafra is rising. What are you waiting for? Call Radio Biafra now. Plus 972 533 990 485. Plus 972 533 990 485. Or you can call us on Skype. Biafra Rising Radio Biafra. Biafra Rising Radio Biafra. This is Radio Biafra Middle East, and we are on early morning breakfast. Do you know why? Biafra is rising. The sun is rising and Biafra is rising. What are you? All right, welcome back, and of course our lines are officially open this morning, and we will begin to take your call. I think I have the first person this morning on the line, and I will go straight to them. And it has been indeed a great talk with my sister Monachio. My goodness me, that was indeed a great one, and we really appreciate that. You know, we are Biafrans. We say it the way it is. We speak the truth, whiter than white and whiter than snow. You don't like it, of course, it is your problem. There is nothing we can do to help you. There is no medication. There is no prescription for your youve or whatever the case may be, because we will call a spade a spade. And this is what we learn from our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. We tell the whole truth without fear nor favor in the presence of our enemy. This is Radio Biafra Middle East, and our lines are officially open. What are you waiting for? Begin to call right now. Let us interact, because if there is anything we do better, we get Biafrans talking. Call on the line. Can you hear me? Biafra is rising.
Hello, good morning from here.
All right, good morning, my brother. Do you know that Biafra is rising? Caller on Skype.
Yes, I know.
Then let me hear you say it. Let me hear you say it if you know.
Biafra is rising.
Absolutely. That is the password. Go ahead, please.
Yes, I have some couple questions to ask. My name is Nnaemeka from Ikedru, Imo State. But I'm calling you from Houston, Texas.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Yes, there is a program I went to last night. The man, his name is Tony Nade.
Okay.
Yes, he said something about he was telling us about Biafra and everything, and someone asked him a question comparing Ipob and the Lower Niger Congress, according to what he's saying, you know. So he said they were his Lower Niger Congress is like a it's like when that he compared you guys as he compared the Ipob as ships, while comparing themselves as submarine, that they go under the sea, like they go unnoticed what they have been doing. So I looked at his map. He was like, he showed the map of even the Benin Kingdom. So I'm trying to know, what is the similarities between this Lower Niger Congress and Ipob?
All right.
Because also,
all right.
Mazen is coming to Houston on Saturday. I'm going to be there. I have the address and everything. So, but I want to know the similarities.
All right.
Are you guys together or what?
All right. I had your question. Now, tell me, first of all, are you an Ipob member?
I'm not yet a member. I'm still watching you guys. I'm trying to be a member maybe by Saturday.
All right. Okay. Let's do this. I am so happy that you are calling me from Houston, Texas. And I'm so happy that you are going to be there live and direct. Now, I want to tell you something very, very important. I need you on Saturday to go there in the town hall meeting with this question. Solomon, the wisdom of Solomon will be right there. Trust me, he will not disappoint you with an answer to this question. Can you do that for me?
Okay, I'm already going there. No matter
absolutely.
What I have
hold your horses. Trust me, you will be answered accordingly. I tell you why. The answer you will get on Saturday will be so satisfactory for you. It's not like I don't know what to tell you here, but I would really love you to hear it from the horse's mouth. And that is why he is going to Houston. It is a town hall meeting, and the reason is he wants to answer such question. So I don't want to destroy it for him, because if I answer it here, it will now destroy what he's going to tell you on Saturday. So please, since you are going there, I am happy. Go there on Saturday, and I'll be watching live and direct, and I will see you ask your question, and I will also hear the answer that you will get. All right.
I have another question.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Okay. Tony Nadi also said that the IPOB stuff is just for Igbos.
Mazi, listen to me. Mazi, we are still talking about the same thing. That's what I'm trying. We are still talking about the same thing. I said all these questions. Go to Houston Town Hall meeting. There is no any question. It doesn't matter. Even one worse than this or whatever. Bring it on Saturday. Mazi Namdekano will be live and direct. You will confront him with this question, and he is obliged to give you an answer. All right.
Okay, thank you, sir. I have another question, but he said let me ask.
Exactly. Yeah. There is no need. I don't want to spoil your fun for you. Hold these questions on Saturday. It will be interesting to see what he's going to answer, how he's going to answer this question. If I begin to ask now, you know, I don't know how to put it in English. You know, a package that is bundled. There is no need to start poking it.
Okay.
Ask now Google kereke. Ona ha dem we megene. It patoya kadaru pushi agamani he dinime ya. So please go there on Saturday. Trust me when I tell you, I'm telling you this and I'm putting my head on the block. You will get a satisfactory answer. All right.
Okay. No problem.
Thank you very much. Thank you, my brother. All right. We welcome that. And of course, this is why we say town hall meeting is all about this. Town hall meeting is all about a tough question. Now, let me tell you something. People are free to ask whatever question they are. And I don't want people coming up on air now to say, why should he ask such a question? Who is he? He's this and that. No. People are welcome to ask questions. And thank God he is going to Houston, Texas. Let him go there and ask the wisdom of Solomon. And of course, he will get the answer that he desires. Nothing wrong. You never know. He will ask his question. He will be convinced. And he will become one of us. So let's give him that chance. Let's give him that opportunity. Benefit of the doubt, they say. All right, we must continue. It is still Radio Biafra Middle East. Biafra is rising this morning. Of course, it is 12:10 p.m. here from the Holy Land of Israel. It should be around 9:10 p.m. or thereabout in Motherland Biafra. And we are taking your calls here. My goodness me, my lines are blazing. I have both calls on my two Skype lines, but let me take the one from Motherland Biafra and I will get to you guys shortly. Call on the line. Can you hear me? Biafra is rising. Call on the line.
Good morning.
Good morning from here. Please, can you raise your voice a bit if you don't mind so we can hear you properly?
Okay. Mazi, my name is Ugwan Johnson. I'm calling you from Oka, Biafra land. I'm a native of Ipob from the local government, Benin State, Biafra land.
All right, welcome to the program.
I want to appreciate your sounding voice this morning and how energetic you are and how fanatical you are about Biafra this morning. My brother, Biafra is rising!
Now you are talking. I like it loud. I don't want these bedroom voices. I want it loud. Shout it on the rooftop. Let the whole world hear that Biafra is rising. All right, please go ahead. Biafrans are waiting. My goodness me.
I'm just excited this morning. In fact, few more things about Biafra for her and every other mother who are already out. The men are still sleeping, but the women are moving forward to bring Biafra for us. And God is definitely tell there's one thing that happened in the Bible. When a man refused to go for war, God said, okay, I will give the victory to a woman. So definitely, maybe by peradventure, our Lord and our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is going to be helped by women instead of men who are supposed to be there around our leader. So definitely, I believe that most of our mothers, both in diaspora and in Biafra land, are listening to our sister, our beloved sister, Monachio, and I believe they will rally around her to build a block of women that are going to assist our leader to pull down this Jew and raise Biafra high above every other nation in the mighty name of Chukwukika.
My
brother, thank you very much for your program. I want to use this opportunity to continue to add my voice to the voice of our great Biafrans all over the world in praying for our leader that God will continue to be his strength as he saw around America and continue to give him the wisdom above that of Solomon, that he will definitely defeat all our enemies, put our enemies on our footstool, and bring Biafra on top of the world. May God continue to guide him, protect him from every evil forces against him, because I know our enemies have been crying because all their traps, they are falling inside it. Modo has been falling on inside all the traps he has laid for us. And all Southeast governors, I believe they will be under their bed, under their women's wrapper, crying that this great man they call a small boy is really bringing shame to everyone.
All right, Mazi, thank you very much.
So my brother, I want to appreciate your job, and I pray that God will continue to strengthen all Biafran all over the world as we continue to rally around our leader to make sure that what we need is what we get, and what we need is Biafra, and Biafra we shall get. May God continue to bless you and bless all principal officers, down to the list of the member of IPOB, which I am one. May God continue to grant us the strength and even the resources to strengthen this very struggle to its logical conclusion. I believe in no distant time we will wave our flag.
All right.
Biafran flag will be seen above every other flags of the nation.
All right, thank you, Mazi. Let's leave it there. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. May God continue to bless you.
And bless you too. All right, we must continue. It is still Radio Biafra Middle East. Please, people on Skype, you need to bear with me. I will come to you. You are all tenants here. Let me attend to our people from Biafra land. Just one or two more calls and I will come to you. Call on the line. Can you hear me? Caller on the line. All right. Next call on the line, please. Can you hear me?
Mazi, good morning, sir, from Biafran land.
Good morning from here. Biafra is rising.
Biafra is rising.
Please go ahead.
Biafra is rising. I remain my back provost. I'm calling from Big Watcher in Elios Farm Road, Unit 1. So thank you very much for what you people are doing for us. I think this morning I'm so excited the way you analyze it, the way you address some of our people and answer your questions. You too much. You live long and see Biafra. I'm very so much happy whenever I'm asking such a people, enlighten our people, because some of our people are still in doubt. So thank you very much. You live long. And I thank my leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I also leader Mazi Chemofo, and all the principal officers working for us to be free. I say, may you get them ability all in your channel, my friend.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Work, and I know that everybody will do the necessary. Even we, anything the answers to do this for us to be there, make sure that Biafra come. And I believe I assure my brother question that when you go there and see our leader, he will come back with the. In short, I'm not going to say the guy will confirm. I know that the guy will call you back and confirm when he come back and get from our leader. So I thank you very much, sir. I urge everybody to remain firm because it's our time to enter our promised land. May God give them a beauty all in our channel. I pray. I don't have much. God bless the United States of Biafra. Thank you, sir. Remain strong.
Thank you very much, my brother, and you too, and be blessed. Of course, we must continue with this Radio Biafra Middle East. Let me go quickly to Pastor Chris, and then, of course, I will come back to you, Daniel Usoro, if you can hold on for me there. Pastor Chris, can you hear me? Please go ahead. Biafrans are waiting.
Yes, my comrade, I say thank you this very morning. And,
thank you very much.
My reason of calling, I choose to be listening, but what prompted my calling was someone just called and said something. I just want to make some reference from what he has just said. I'm not trying to castigate or I take the fact of how the wisdom he used to answer that very question. But I want to tell you something that is going on right now. Those of them that they come from the IPOB camp have never relent, never even they've not kind of stopped sabotaging themselves, not Biafra. If they are working for Biafra or working for revelations of kind of separations on their own, why is it that anytime we have a program, they will tag their own program and tag it in the same way? Are they doing these things now for the white men to see them as people that have knowledge, that your brother is in America and you are coming to America with the same durations and under the same different motive or different names? Is it not stupidity? Well, let's just be watching them. I don't just understand, but a failure will always like to brag and try to show his stupidity in the public. So I just want to say thank you very much and let them continue, because the person that just called, is one of them. They can assign him to call the radio to alert people to be aware.
You see, Pastor Chris. The thing is this: whoever so desire, whether you are from other camp, when we talk about Radio Biafra, we say bring your friends, bring your family, and bring your enemies too. So let them come. That is the whole essence of town hall meeting. Let them go and meet our leader there and confront him with their question if they are man enough.
Sure.
Do you understand my point? Anybody who feel that they have a question, is their right. Let them go and confront our leader, whether they have ulterior motive or not. But let them go and confront him, because that question is meant for our leader, and I cannot answer such question. Even if I know what to answer, I will reserve that for our leader, and that is on Saturday. He will do justice to that. But at the end of the day, another thing I want to say is this: in freedom fighting, it is good to have different arms if they want to have their arms. But the thing is, play your position. Let me play my position. Don't go and begin to talk about me. Sell yourself. Tell the people what you have to offer. Tell them what you are going to do, how you are going to restore Biafra for them. Don't go and begin to use the other person to do what? To sell your market. It doesn't work like that. But at the end of the day, we will know. Thank you very much.
Yeah, but please, just one more thing I want to say. Just like what I saw on video yesterday in Cotonou, people should go there and find out. That is one information. They stone most of our Biafran brothers in that very place. We have members in that. Let them call and give us report about it.
Absolutely.
Then another thing finally is that, sir, I don't know exactly, but people from Warri, people from Abo, Omunede, not those of them in diaspora, don't we have unity in those very places? I've been seeing programs on Facebook where we watch on each Anambaras from Enugu, but I've not seen such. I want to see them active. I want to see them, hear them on radio. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Pastor Chris. Of course, I will have to let you go, and thank you for your contribution this morning. We welcome that. And Daniel Usoro, I will come to you right now. But first of all, let me take this call. Caller on the line. Can you hear me? Biafra is rising. Caller on the line, are you still there?
Rising.
You are breaking. Your line is not happening, Mazi.
Rising.
All right, go ahead, Mazi. Let's see if we can hear you, because I'm not really getting you correctly. Go ahead.
Okay, my name is Mazi Tibo Okafo.
Ndeo.
I'm calling from the zoo.
Please go ahead. Go ahead. Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Najo on radio Najo I Peter it is for no Pasala international can make up. Because even the country so even on our leader on Saturday. Because even talking about all these talking about like on about they was they don't know when out for what you but Emma the Canadian driver Abara. Emma among you one with my mom with your man before. The way you make the put there among some
All right. Thank you very much, Mazi. No.
Yes,
we get that. We got that. So what do you? We get that. All right. Thank you very much. All right. Our brother is saying if you're going to meet our leader on Saturday, please write down all your questions because some people will get there. They will be so scared that they won't even be able to ask their question or they will forget what they came to ask. So write it down. Because our leader is equal to the task, and that is the whole idea why he is having a town hall meeting in order for him to answer your question. Call on the line. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Good morning from here. Please go ahead. All right. Thank you very much. Unbelievable, Mazi. I will not answer this call. I am sorry. You cannot call me and leave your radio on. It is unacceptable at this level in this restoration effort. We should know better. Our leader have taught us this. You don't come on air with your radio speaking in the background. Mazi Daniel Usoro, can you hear me? Biafra is rising.
Yes, I can hear you. Mazi Ikechukwu.
All right, shoot. Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, good morning from here. This is a very quick one. I'm Daniel Usoro. I'm calling from Akwa Ibom right now. I just want to add my voices to those who have been calling in, especially that our brother from Houston, Texas, in US. He was talking about Tony Nandi and comparing him with Ipob.
Mazi Daniel. Yes. Mazi, listen to me.
Yeah.
I don't want us to talk about this issue because this is a question that needs to be answered on Saturday. If we start talking about it right now, we will spoil everything. Let's not discuss it, please. I've given him the answer that he needs. He needs to go to the town hall meeting. So let's please not talk about it. Thank you very much. Go ahead.
But what I just want to say concerning that is, you know, a man by his consistency and all of that. This other group has been, they started with a kind of ideology, and when that did not work, they submerged into something else, looking for constitutional reform and at the same time self-determination. But this morning, I just want to say to each and every one of us out there that it is right for we all to come out, to keep the evangelism on, to keep the rally on, to keep the awareness on. Everybody is skeptical at this very moment when being deceived, even in the country where we are, things not working, things not being, things are not done properly, social amenity is not found, and it is so terrible here. The economic situation here and there, the hardship. So everybody is so skeptical not to be deceived, not to be deceived into belonging to a struggle where at the end of the day, nothing is going to come out from it. So that, I believe, that is his fear. But so far since we started this, the consistency has been there, the awareness has been there, results can speak for itself. So I will encourage each and everybody to come out. It is time for you to come out and speak out for what you want. It is time for you to decide what you want. It is not for anybody to tell you what you want, but for you to decide for yourself, what do you want as a person? What do you want for your family? What do you want as a person? Because being over there, you hear some demands, your loved ones, your friends over here will be calling you, asking for one assistance or the other. It should send a message to you that all is not well over here. All is not well over here. So in such scenario, what do you do? In such scenario, where do you find yourself? In such scenario, what do you prefer as a solution to the situation that we are right now? So it is not really a matter of what we do. It is not a matter of the integrity of IPOB. It is not a matter of integrity of what we stand for. But you as a person, what do you want for yourself? What can you give for yourself? What kind of change and transformation can you give to yourself at the end of the day? So I just want to end here by saying to each and every one of us this morning that we'll move forward. We will continue to do what we know how to do best until our earnest desire is being granted to each and every one of us. I just want to say, Mazi Ikechukwu Mesere from here.
Mesere.
God Almighty continue to strengthen us.
God bless you, my brother. Thank you very much. There we go. All right, that is our brother Daniel Usoro, all the way from Akwa Ibom, representing Biafra from that Aziz of Biafra land. And of course, it is to Radio Biafra Middle East, and we must continue taking your calls here. And of course, you are at liberty to call Radio Biafra right now. Call on the line. Can you hear me? Biafra is rising.
I can hear you loud and clear.
Please go ahead.
This is my name is Mazi MC Black. I'm calling from Anambra. Anambra is in Biafra land.
What is your name again?
Thank you. Mazi MC Black on the line.
All right,
I'm hearing your voice very loud and clear from the holy land of Anambra, and the whole world is listening. I can assure you. And I decided to do a call.
They're watching again.
I'm so blessed to be here to speak to Biafra on this very platform, direct from Israel. And I thank you, my dear brother, Mazi Ikechukwu. You are doing a very great job, which not everybody can do.
Are you the MC Black that comes on Facebook live broadcast?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, exactly.
I haven't heard from you for a while now. Do you still broadcast on Facebook?
Yeah, I still broadcast, but there are some issues that we are trying to sort out in Anambra.
All right. Please, we miss your voice on air, and of course you are doing your bit, and I must say I appreciate that, and I do encourage you to continue doing that. This is what we've been talking about here. We should do our best, whatever you can do. What I'm doing here is not enough. With what you are doing and what I'm doing together, Biafra will come as quick as ever before. So continue, and of course we really appreciate your efforts. All right, please go ahead.
I'm here to tell Biafrans all over the world listening to me right now that this very Biafra we are pursuing is the only hope that we have as a people. Traveling to America, not traveling in Canada, not going to live anywhere in the world where our homes are being devastated. We don't have even common pipe-borne water in our homes. We don't have single light. We don't have roads. Everywhere is so unkept in our land. And we live in America, we live in Europe, we live in Asia, where things are being worked, where people build. And our homeland is being devastated. I'm calling on the aspect to tell that, as my brother likely said that what we are doing is not enough. It is in the collective interest of our people that Israel Biafra will come. Not only Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will bring Biafra for us. He is doing his own job, and we are meant to support him in every aspect that we must support him, because that very man is the only hope in Africa. That very man is the only hope that we have. I want to make it clear to all of our people that if not for this very movement of IPOB, by now Fani must have overrun us. They are afraid of coming to Biafra land to overrun us because they are afraid of IPOB. Not that they are afraid of the governors, not that they are afraid of the senators or the Ohanese and Doshin and Daman and Zuoshi. No, they are afraid of IPOB. That is the reason why they when they hear these Igbo people, they will run, because when they remember IPOB, they are Sohano. That is the reason why that we must not let this struggle down. In every aspect, we must continue. We can never go back. We have crossed the Rubicon. Going back is worse than we didn't start it. It's better than we didn't start it, stopping here and go back. I'm encouraging every Biafran listening to me right now to keep on keeping on, as my deputy always say. We must keep on keeping on. Because this very Biafra we are pursuing is the only hope we have. The only hope. There is no single hope. If you like, you have a 4-decade in Onitsha, or you have 4-decade in Aba, you have a market or that. But no, there is no hope in that thing, because one day they will decide to come and burn all of us here. But with Biafra, we are going to build our economy, we are going to build our land, we are going to build our schools where our children will go. We are going to build our airports and the people. Forget about the second Niger nonsense bridge they are building. They sign with the Islamic people. Our director will likely say that we'll pull it down if they build it with Islamic money. We'll pull it down. If we want to build more than 20 Niger bridge, we can build it in our land. We have the resources, we have the manpower to do that. We have the brains and everything we can. The only thing we need now is Biafra. And let me encourage our people, even those that are in some of our Igbo people that are staying in Nigeria, and Nigerian police. Listen and listen very attentively. In this very struggle we are in, everybody is highly welcome. This is a struggle for a people. Not only just Igbo people, including Ejo, Efiki, Biblia, and the Isoko, all the rest of them. This very struggle we are in, we are not doing it so that when Biafra will come, and the kind of president, Ikechukwu will be one governor in Anambra, and no, we are doing Biafra that when Biafra will come, the people that will govern this very Biafra is not us that is doing this. The people that will govern this Biafra, Chukwu Abiyama will send them, not us. We are doing this very Biafra that we are doing so that when Biafra shall come, our children yet unborn will be proud of us as their fathers. They will say, oh, my father was a part of those that did this, and the Biafra come. They will be proud of us. The same way we are proud of Ojukwu today. We are part of Colonel Tukuma. Colonel from Asaba. We are part of all these men. Colonel Timothy Onwate, we will call their names always because of what they did. That is what we are doing. Nnamdi has taught us what is called ultimate sacrifice. We are not doing Biafra because we want to be something else. We want to be chairman of local government. Not that nonsense. Somebody met me. He said he came from somewhere African organization. He came and asked me, what is my benefit in this very Biafra that I'm doing? I now tell him that if you are looking for benefit to do Biafra, that you don't have the spirit of Biafra. The spirit of Biafra is what can you do for your people? We always ask this question, what can you do for your people? That is the spirit of Biafra. The same way you are doing it for your people right now in the state of Israel is the same way many people are going to do it for Biafra in other places in the whole world. That when Biafra shall come, we'll be very glad.
Absolutely.
When Biafra shall come, because Biafra, very definitely, when this very Biafra we are pursuing will come, I personally, my own self, I will just travel. I will just travel because I will be very glad back home. That back home, our land is
all right, Mazi.
Our land is safe. Our land is in safe hand. They say when they will come and tell and discourage our people, say, "Ndi Igbo bushi onwe ha ma Biafra." Then I tell them, "Hapu anyị ka anyị bushi onwe anyị." Allah wants to kill ourselves. We want to kill ourselves. You are trying to hold people to kill us.
All right, Mazi, summarize for me, please, so that we can give others a chance as well to come up. Please go ahead.
Okay, my brother. They saw what happened in London yesterday. The person that broke into Nigeria. But that is the tip of an iceberg of what is coming to Nigeria. So, my dear brother, I thank you for the good job we are doing.
Thank you very much.
And I thank our director, Nnamdi Kanu, Hamadike Burundi, Bonine, Hamadike Biafra. And I thank our beloved deputy, Mazi Temepo Mukukua, as I call him, and I say, may Chukukika Biama continue to bless this very global family worldwide and everywhere in Biafra. And thank you very much, my
Thank you very much, Ndewo. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, my brother. Of course, we really appreciate you. You see, anybody who is doing what we are doing in Biafra land, they deserve appreciation. Anybody who is doing anything with regards to Biafra in Biafra land, they deserve an accolade, because it is not easy. I can tell you that for sure. You know, it could be easy, some of the things that we do in diaspora, but there are things when you do it in the zoo, you know that your life is on the line. Every minute, every second. All right, we must continue. It is still Radio Biafra, Middle East. Biafra is rising this afternoon, and of course every Biafran has to get up. Every Biafran has to get on board, because I asked a question this morning. The sun is rising and Biafra is rising. And I ask, what are you waiting for? If those two are rising, you also need to get on your feet. You need to arise. You need to do something to ensure that Biafra is restored. You cannot leave it for our leader alone, traveling the whole world, doing his bit. What are you doing? That is the question. All right, let's find out from Biafrans what they are doing this morning here on Radio Biafra Middle East. Call on the line. Do you know that Biafra is rising?
Biafra is ever rising, Mazi Ikechukwu Noha. Rising from now till all the time.
All right, please go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, so my name is Mazi Chima Onyechukwu. I'm calling from South Side the car, Biafra land. I want to thank Chukwu Kadema for what you have done for us, like makes us alive, because that one is one of the great things. Because many people see yesterday, but nowhere to find today. But Chukwu Kadema makes every one of us to see today. The glory and honor to him. Same thing goes to our deputy leader, Mazin Namdekano, our leader. The Chukwu Kadema keep on blessing him, who sent it for us at initial time, the time that we need it most. The Chukwu Kadema keep on stressing him, addressing any person that bless him, the Chukwu Kadema bless the person. But any whoever that caught him, the family of that person be caught and his generation be caught. So, and again, same thing goes to our deputy leader, Mazin Choka from F4. The Chukwu Kadema keep on blessing every one of them, and every Biafra working assiduously, we will restore our homeland. So, what I want to contribute this morning, just like a day topic, it's like God Almighty just enter your spirit and make us to know what is right, and that is the only thing that can make us to come back to our senses. Because number one, let's keep on patronizing our own. Our own is even more than anything. Go to our land. There's nothing in life that he can do that Hausa man can say that Igbo man is good and better than his brother. Even his brother is killing him. He will still value that his brother, because he knows there is a time that what that his brother will do for him, that outsider cannot do it. But our people, we are so foolish. We only think what you say. So of course, you say that you are sorry for Biafra, why that you don't love ourselves, and I start telling them that you are a fool. The reason why that I say that you are a fool, I told them that it's better for me to die in the land than for me to die in somewhere like USA. And my people will sell everything to make sure my comes down. But if I die in my land, the only thing is for me, they will just bury me. When I get Biafra, let my brother kill me. I'm satisfied. So let us know, start patronizing our own. We are even better than anything. Anything that your brother is doing, keep on patronizing him so that he will be growing. No matter anything, if that your brother does not even recognize you, keep on doing it. Because at the end of everything, if you bring that money, you use it to develop your land. And people will know that your brother is so and your brother is so. Let us not think of only our own. Okay, look at now. Even the Bible says that we should not give our daughter to the child of Molech. What are some of our people? If you want to marry now, you go and marry our girl. At the end of everything, you start bringing corruption, bringing mayhem, bringing many problems. Why can't we start patronizing we have young ladies. We have a lot of our people. And let us stop giving our daughters to this house of land. Because if you come to some part of Enugu State here,
all right, Sumazi,
start saying yes. So,
summarize for me.
I hope so let us be eager and follow our leader, Mazin Namdekano, the hero of our time. Because they have done it for us. See what is happening in the zoo called Nigeria. See what they did to us. Nowhere. And you still say that you are one Nigeria. Are you one Nigeria? You are analyzing all those things. So I want to sign up from here. I may humble some of my Chima. But you can rebel in your lamb. It's the rebel in your lamb. When you were here carrying Nandikano, rebel in your lamb, rebel in your lamb. When you were here carrying the Biafra, rebel in your lamb.
All right.
Yes, so
Mazi Chima, I need you to inbox me. There is somebody who wants to connect with you. I think it's from your area as well. Inbox me once you drop off, then I will connect you with these people. All right. Thank you very much. All right, that is our brother Chima Joseph, and he is a hardcore. I appreciate our people. It is not easy for people to spend their credit every day calling your Radio Biafra. It is not easy, and you know how costly those things can be. And of course, we appreciate every Biafran who calls on air in order to make their contribution, and those who are listening as well. It is not easy. All right, caller on Skype, I will come to you. Please bear with me. Just this call, and I will come to you. Call on Skype. Caller on the line, can you hear me? Biafra is rising.
Biafra is rising. I hear you, Mr. Ikechuku.
Good morning and welcome to the program. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Shalom, Mr. Ikechuku. My name.
I can hear you, yes. I can hear you, Mazi.
Okay. My name is Obi Monachio. I'm calling from Elat, Israel.
Ndeo Mazi. Tell me, did somebody get hold of you? I remember you called last time and you wanted some information.
Yes, up till now I've not gotten any information, Mazi.
All right, I tell you what, I think it is also my fault. I was supposed to give your numbers to those who were supposed to contact you, but I promise I will do it as soon as you drop off. Please go ahead.
Okay. Mazi, based on the topic of the discussion, I thank you very much for your effort and for your resoluteness.
Thank you very much.
I also think that that women of substance that spoke with us that way.
Monachio,
yes, she's very, very intelligent. I love her so much. I pray that she should keep on. Then for the brother that is asking a series of questions, as others have said, let him reserve his questions to our great leader.
Absolutely.
And one more thing I want our fellow Biafrans to know is that we are not fighting for a better Nigeria. We are fighting to restore our nation, Biafra. So any other person that is fighting for a better Nigeria, that is his or our own concern. We are focused, we are resolute, we are ever consistent. Our leader says that consistency is our key and we shall never capitulate. That is where we are going. Let him resolve his questions where we meet the oracle himself. Thank you very much, Matt.
Thank you very much. All right, definitely I will give your numbers and they will get hold of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, we must continue. Caller on Skype. All right, caller on Skype, can you please turn off your radio or turn it down or move away from it? Unbelievable. Call on the line, can you hear me?
We are ever consistent.
Unbelievable. Unfortunately, we cannot proceed with that one. It is unacceptable. If you call us, you need to ensure that your listening devices is turned off or turned down, or you move away from it, because we cannot be talking to you and then we are hearing ourselves. It is unacceptable. It is not acceptable as far as broadcasting is concerned. Not just here, but anywhere in the world. You cannot call a radio station while the radio is on. It interferes with the listening device. All right, we must continue. It is once again Radio Biafra, Middle East. Biafra is rising. Call on Skype for the last time. Sure that you're listening. All right, that is it. I cannot take your call, unfortunately, because I don't know. All right, we must continue as we are inching towards the end of this program. We are still taking your calls here on Radio Biafra, where Biafra is rising. Call on the line. Can you hear me?
Good morning.
Good morning from here. Call on the line. Biafra is rising.
Biafra is rising.
All right, go ahead, Mazi.
I'm calling from Ebony State.
By all means, go ahead, Mazi. Please raise your voice a bit. I cannot hear you.
Okay, Mazi.
Better now.
From Abia State in Arochukwu Province. And now I'm in Ebony State.
Go ahead. Welcome to the program.
What I want to say is that I contribute in the question is that any organization there will be a Thomas, which is that anything you do, you cannot agree that was happened. And when the thing happens, it will go back on him. Because some people asking questions is because of there's nowhere he's doing, he don't know what he's doing. If anybody don't like Biafra, which thing he will like? He cannot go without Biafra. That's the end. That's the way the last bus stop of Biafra people. And that's the way our grandchildren and children will eat what is sold. Those people are pushing you back. You don't know what they are doing. They are fools. And one day, everything will turn back on them. And when they turn up back to them, when they come back to Biafra, we tell you we question them how to do it. Because they are zoo. And the zoo must follow with interbush. When the time reach, anybody who comes from the zoo inside bush will be. Biafra will stay and see our generation. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Machineke. There we welcome that, and of course that was simple, short, straight to the point, and I love that. All right, I think I have a caller holding on Skype. Let me see if I can get that as well. It is Radio Biafra Middle East, and of course you are welcome to join the discussion. You are welcome because that is what we do. We get Biafrans talking. This is Radio Biafra, the voice of the voiceless. We speak for those who cannot speak for themselves. It is your platform. After all, we are just your servants. You just have to call and tell us what is on your mind. Mazi, okay, Osiu. Can you hear me, Mazi?
Yeah. Biafra is rising. Biafra is rising.
Absolutely, Deo.
My beloved brother.
Deo, what you like? He said.
Again. My brother and my brother can never grow memories. Also, go praise Anya or memories. Martin Nando Kama laws. On a chair neighbor, now 1 year work our destiny leader. Mazi Uchoka for my 4 Aqua 1. And a watch Neto, Wakanwa, Mesko keep him and my brother from another womb, Mazi George, what number, who are Webonala, and all the leadership of Ipob all over the world. My name's okay for the no see one for Maka. Or Maka no Allah on the Imo province of Biafra land. That's my brother and all the hard courts all over the world, especially our beloved sister mother, our wife, Monachio. So Monachio, my brother.
Absolutely.
Oh, this guy got through my line.
Mazi, are you still there? Are you still there, Mazi? All right.
It's going to especially to for what he did.
Mazi, can you hear me? All right, let's allow our brother to go and do some business or whatever. I don't know what the interruption is, but of course you're welcome to call us back. Mazi, okay? Call us back, and of course I cannot hear you anymore. I don't know what happened. I just lost you there. Mazi, okay, are you still there? Unbelievable. Oh my goodness me. Trust our people and business. Trust them and business. All right, we must continue. Okay, please settle your business, finish, and then you call us back, and then we must continue. Oh, because but I have to. Unfortunately, our people are passionate people, of course, in anything they do. It is still Radio Biafra Middle East, and we are taking your course here because Biafra is rising. We are eating towards the end of this program. My goodness me, what a great program. What a brilliant program. And of course, all right, let's see if we can get that. Caller on the line, are you there? Can you hear me? Biafra is rising.
Biafra is rising.
Unbelievable. Wachideke, welcome to the program. Biafrans are listening. Please go ahead.
If I go, you have suffered me today, honestly speaking.
What have I done, Wachideke?
Your number to get it is talk of war, just like my father, talk of war, honestly speaking, just like American visa. Can you help me and give me your WhatsApp number, please, so that I can call you, please?
All right.
Please.
Do you mean to call for the program or personal thing?
No, for the program.
That is the problem. I think that is why it is so difficult to come through, because our WhatsApp line, and I'm going to say this because we are open like this, we don't hide anything. Our WhatsApp line here in Radio Biafra Middle is Israel. Stop working for almost God knows how long, more than 7 months now. And the people who are supposed to do something about it are not doing anything about it. My job is to broadcast. And I've told them that this WhatsApp line is not working. They are not doing anything about it. So we don't have a WhatsApp line for a long time now, and I know the frustration is given to Biafrans. There are people who cannot afford to call the normal line, but the WhatsApp line. So when they fix the WhatsApp line, of course, we will make it available. But for now, we are using what we have.
The WhatsApp has taken all my credits. All my credit. I was calling and it was speaking.
I understand.
I said, what is happening with my beloved brother?
Unfortunately, my brother, that is where we are at the moment. But we are just using what we have. Please, let's continue. Go ahead.
Okay, we are at the end. Now, let me explain myself. Let me just introduce myself. I am Ifani Chukwu, just like as you are Ikechukwu. I am Ifani Chukwu. Ifani Chukwu, for those who do not understand, Igbo means nothing is impossible before God. Or with God, all things are possible.
Absolutely.
Ifani Chukwu Ebo, hail from Mbano. Mbano is in Imo State. My home village is Omotabia. I live here in Spain, Madrid, with my family. So, my beloved brother, I love you so much.
I love you too, brother. One family.
Indomitable lion of Biafra. Very, very, very powerful man. The lion of Biafra. So, I just want to contribute a little bit. Let me go straight to my Mbano people. Please, have mercy, help me. Store this my number in case if any Mbano, I'm going to challenge them directly. I want to challenge them Mbano as a whole. Please keep this number in case if anyone of them to contact me. Release the number for them.
All right, I tell you what you will do, Mazi. I tell you what you will do. Listen, I need you to inbox me with your number, and then of course I will definitely do so. Inbox me on.
This is my number. Hello, my beloved brother. Hello, I'm not intercepting from you. This is my number.
Listen to me. I am on air. I cannot store anything. I cannot do anything. It is difficult. You need to understand. So take my Facebook or Messenger or whatever. Mike Biafra Obi. Just send me your number there, and of course, when I am out of the studio, I will now go and access your number, and then of course, if anybody asks for it, I will give it to them. But right now on air, it is highly impossible for me to do so.
Excellent. I love the imagination. You make us sleepless. Now, where do you prefer your voice? Honeycomb, just tell me the truth, because you have never told us the secret.
My brother, we thank Chukwu Kikabiama. We thank Chukwu Kikabiama.
Let me, please, the people of Mbano, I am going to endorse our brother, Mazi Ikechukwu Omaha, with my number. I have never heard from Mbano people for many years now what is going on. Only one person that called almost last year. That was all. I want to represent Mbano people. If you want to have greater Biafra in Mbano, please contact Mazi Ikechukwu Omaha to release my number to you, so that we that in Biafra, we that is in here can contribute money and store Radio Biafra in Mbano, please. Because I want people from Mbano, because they say I've never been hearing from them what is going on, what is happening. If a citizen of justice is corrupt, remember what will happen to the party politics. It will completely rotten and collapse. If we cannot stop graded Biafra now, how can we contribute? Just for contact us so that we can stop it. I called my sister. Was it yesterday? She said that not like graded Biafra. I was ashamed. Please. So release my number to them so we can be able to restore graded Biafra in Mbano. And then Mbano, please contact Ikechukwu Omaha, our Apple local speaker, for him to release my number so we can contribute money.
All right, Mazi. All right, let's leave it there. Mazi. Just do as I told you. Send me your number on my inbox, and of course I will assist if anybody asks of Mbano. And of course we need to go because our time is almost up. Thank you very much.
Yes, my regard to that sister, that's our beloved sister.
Monachio Bala.
Yes, please let her listen to me now. I'm deciding to if God Almighty God will deliver you from the hands of their enemies that pretend to be first.
I'm sure she's listening.
To be first.
He said,
in a sheep's clothing, deliver you from the hands of enemies.
He said,
thank you. God bless you.
And bless you too.
Our indomitable lion of Biafra.
My goodness me. That I have never seen such a passion. My goodness me. Unbelievable. All right, we do apologize for our WhatsApp line that hasn't been working for ages, because if that line has been working, of course, it will help our people in Biafra land. There are people who prefer to call WhatsApp line because it's the easiest means for them to reach. And of course, I promise you, we will get it sorted out. And of course, I've already received some message that it will be sorted out. So from next week, trust me when I tell you, our WhatsApp line will be active. You can call from any line you want, and it will make things easy, because if there is anything or whatever we do here on Radio Biafra means, whatever we do better, whatever we do best, we get Biafrans talking, and that is very, very important. The voice of Biafrans must be heard. That voice that has been shut down by the Zoological Republic, Radio Biafra has reactivated the voice of our people. Before we are crying, BBC don't carry our news, CNN don't carry our news, they don't talk about us. But have you noticed? Nobody even cry anymore about BBC or CNN, because Radio Biafra, my goodness me, a university like none other. Radio Biafra, the voice of the voiceless. Radio Biafra, the first and the last. And of course, you can quote me. I said so, and it is a reality, because we are becoming the strong media. Yoruba media is rubbish. I tell you, in the next 10 years or whatever, you will know what I'm talking about. Because when you talk about media, Biafra media is making waves all around the world. When we talk, people want to hear what we say. Even our enemies, even Obodekwe Subu, England or UK or whatever you call it, they are listening too. We are unshakable, and we must continue until Biafra is restored. We are unstoppable, let me tell you that. Our leader says something, my goodness me. Our leader said that he is destructively stubborn. Go figure. Destructively stubborn. And you can understand that if our leader is destructively stubborn, you can imagine his followers. We are fanatic about Biafra. Instead of you to stop us, instead of you to block the way between us and Biafra, now Chineke will put you aside, because Biafra must be restored. There is no other alternative. Plan A, plan B, plan C, up to Z is Biafra. Nothing more, nothing else. If you want us to come and sit around the table and talk about anything, it has to be Biafra on the table. Anything beside Biafra is unacceptable. Mazen Namdekano, for your information, have a mandate. And the mandate is just Biafra and nothing else. So if you are calling him tomorrow for negotiation, Biafra has to be on the table. Very, very important. All right, I have a caller on Skype. I guess I get carried away, but you need to understand, whenever we are behind this microphone, my goodness me, we get into the spirit, and that's just the way it is. Caller on Skype, can you hear me?
Yes, Mazi Kechko, good morning from here.
All right, Mazi, when you called before, your radio was talking to me. I don't understand. What happened?
No, I can tell you it's just connection where you are, because I'm calling with my smartphone. I don't have radio. When I call with my smartphone, the radio will go off automatically until when you pick it. I'll be listening to you through the call as well as I'm listening now. But something went wrong there.
Yeah, I tell you what happened when I opened your line. I hear radio, but that's why I close it. But anyway, let's forget about it. You are here, everything is calm. Let us talk, because Biafra must rise. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much. First of all, I want to thank our sister Monachio, Justice Biafra Okbala. I requested a friendship with her. So I hope she is doing very well. I want to know such an eloquent lady speaking.
She is not a girl. She is not a girl. She is
a lady anyway.
She's a big lady. Thank you very much. She is a big lady and not a girl.
I love her so much. She speaks very, very well. I need such of a type in Italy here, who will come and wake up the Biafran ladies who basically form an Igbo meeting group here. That's the objective here. The objective, they have nothing good to offer. only talking about gossiping. Where the gossip? You know, our leader said that the Igbo men gossip more than women this time around. So exactly something is happening here. So people here, instead of them to come together, there's something you said today that touches me. That's why I want to call. You said when they meet you in the street, they want to know update. How far? All have Biafra. Yeah, we're back now. Where are we now? What they want to know the updates.
Any updates?
New update. Yesterday I quarreled with some of them who most of them want to hear from me when I'm speaking. Sorry, I don't say my name. My name is Chukwu Emeka Wambozo. I am calling from Italy here, and I'm a coordinator by Chukwu Kabiam. I am serving the indigenous people of Biafra as a coordinator here in Italy. Please, when I met some of these people on the street, they want to hear the update from me because I'm trying sometime to tell them about Biafra issue, because I know the reasons of our people are suffering because they are ignorant about Biafra issue and what is happening in the zoo. Also, they are ignorant about the zoo. Sometimes I'm trying to enlighten them about the issue of the zoo and the issue of Biafra. So when they see me, most of them will be happy to see me. I will talk, we interact, and one day I met a man who claimed to be a pastor. He said that he had never met an IPOB who speaks something that convicts him. I keep him down. We speak for over an hour plus, and he confessed that today he has met an IPOB who can tell him what you believe. I said, now you believe. I'm expecting this guy to maybe somehow come and join us or contribute. Even the protest, so the rally took place on 30th of May. I was expecting them to come. I didn't see any of them. Yesterday I saw him. What he said that Biafra will come. That's what I said that right now that entices me, that make me to call. He said that Biafra will come. No matter anything you do, don't worry. You see, Biafra will come. And I asked him, how will Biafra come if the week of a protest you don't come? And then you are here standing and saying that the Igbo doesn't love themselves, and you are not doing anything to unite us together. You are not doing anything. I praise Joseph Okechukwu, who once had our leader talking about Osu something. He carried on and went to the Biafra land, order to gather people together to renounce that to Osu caste. It's something. It's a man doing something, and you are sitting down, not doing something. Even in your village, you can't unite people together. Then you are talking that now. I'm telling you that we are in a ring, waiting for the result to come, and you are outside the ring, saying that Igbo people are not. Our leader has established a platform where all of us will come together under one objective, and you are outside there. You have not come, and you are still complaining that Igbo doesn't love themselves. So I so much appreciate your program this morning. That's why I wanted to call, but I prefer to some time to listen. But my regard to Monachio, and I want to ask her to do this thing. She will apply the same thing the Canada people did. Anybody, an IPOB member, coming into that hall must pay money, because they came there to drink and they take some penalties. They go home and listen to our leader. I may call them that I have not seen our leader for the first time, and they are to see him without contributing anything. They should do what? Contribute 20 or 30 pounds to enter inside the hall. If anybody doesn't wish to pay, let him go, because the hall was paid. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. God bless you. All right, and bless you too. All right, this is where we will leave it. Of course, it has been indeed a great one. Our time is up, and we must go, of course, as not the region. I thank our sister Monachio. Of course, she have indeed graced this broadcast this morning, and she has spoken eloquently, and Biafrans have heard her, as well as those who have called in as well. And I say, make Chukwu Kikabema continue to bless you all. Those who try to call and could not get through, it is not by choice, it is the way it is. And of course, next time you will be accommodated, especially when we have expanded our lines. And of course, all right, let me do this, because I kept this person waiting. I will take this call. Mazi, in 2 minutes, please go ahead, because we are about to go.
Myself?
Yes, call on Skype in 2 minutes, please go ahead.
Okay. Ndewo,
welcome to the program.
Good afternoon from here.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon from here. My name is Most Pepper Nibo. I hear from Ozobo with the Nepusigo Biafran land, and calling from
why do you forgetting that Ozobo and Apo? I don't know.
Yeah,
you need to add that. You need to add it so that they will know. There's a reason why it is called Ozobolo and Apple.
Of course.
It's historical. It's historical. We need to sell ourselves. Please go ahead.
This morning, I was like, I've been calling since morning, but the line is so jammed.
Our leader said,
No, what is happening?
Please go. You cannot please the whole world, unfortunately. Please go ahead.
Broadcast this morning. It was marvelous, and I'm giving a big shout out to our dear and only sister Osinachi. She, in fact, people are coming up, and women have hijacked the struggle, and I'm so proud of them. I'm glad that it's happening. Our men, some of our men are still behind the bar. Some of them are still on the fence, watching and looking when the woman already piloting the affairs of Biafra. For those that are still watching and looking, remember when Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, he has gone to prison for our sake and is out for more than 9 years or 7 years now. You are still on the fence watching. I don't know who else I don't know the option you have with IPOB. I don't know what the option is, but that's by the way. What I call this morning to contribute on is Mazike Chukwu. I don't know whether you are aware there is something like Biafran Football Club in Austria, and also the Biafran IPOB club also played their football last week in Russia.
Yes, I watched the Russia one briefly.
Yes. So now my observation or something I want to chip in is this: anytime some activity like this is going on, I urge the Biafran IPOB members in those places, let them take a proper video of that and send to our media team. Such things should be on YouTube, because yesterday I was trying to preach the gospel of the Biafran to some of our people over here in Netherlands yesterday, and at a point we'll go to that stage. You know that I went to YouTube, I couldn't find any of these. Even the one they played, I think on Thursday in Russia, that was the one I just saw, but it wasn't well. I
was upset, so to say, with my brother in Russia. What is his name again? I've forgotten. The coordinator in Russia. He went live with that football, and at a point he stopped. I was so upset because I was enjoying that game I was watching, and then he cut off. You know, and I said to him, why would you do that? I wanted you to cover this game to the end, but of course, I think next time they will do, the right thing.
Please, they should do. These are the evidences we have. Look at the court cases and the videos they made when our leader was in their custody. The 5 of the videos, very, very wonderful video. I was watching it over the weekend. The short clip of those videos. This thing can stay for next 100 years. That is the power of internet.
Can you send it to me also, please,
Mazi? Any international event IPOB is doing. Please, as an IPOB member, then try and video it. Even if you don't know how to put to YouTube, send it to our media team. They will upload it. YouTube is there for us. It's forever. No one is gonna delete it. Even when they delete it, we'll put it back. So that's just the suggestion I want to make. All right,
Mazi, please send me the one for our leader, the short clips. I want you to send it to me in my inbox. I would really appreciate that. Okay. Yeah, if you can.
Okay, I will do that.
All right, thank you very much.
I will do that. Mazi, thank you for the good work, and shout out to all Biafrans in Texas. I know that Mazi Onyendu he will surprise them as usual. So thank you. I sign up from here.
All right. Thank you very much, Mazi. Most favor. There is nothing good as consistency. Since 2017, ever I started broadcasting, this young man has never stopped calling Radio Biafra. And that is what I call consistency. Not just only him and many others, people like Pastor Chris and other people, Mazi Manuel Eguato, our evangelist Ozako, and the rest. A lot of them. Consistency is very important in the struggle, and not a Biafran today, like our sister said. Tomorrow, you are also on the other side. It is unacceptable. You have to stand on the right side, on the right path. This is how we are going to march together to get Biafra. Our leaders say said he will not march until he is certain and sure that we are ready to do so. This has been a Radio Biafra Middle East presentation this morning, and we thank you all for your tenacity. We thank you for your effort. We thank you for your time, because it is Biafrans who made this program what it is today. Without you, there won't be this program. Without you, there won't be Mazi Ikechukwu Onoha. And as I said, nobody is more important. Nobody is better in this struggle than the other. We all are important, and we all are making a difference in our own small, in our own little way. Don't ever look at yourself and say, well, what I'm doing is not noticed, what I'm doing is not regarded. There is no such, because if you don't do that little that you are doing, then what I'm doing is not going to happen. Because you bring your little, I bring my little, we put it together, it will be a blast. One person cannot make a blast, but a lot of people can make a blast. Have you seen the fireworks? When fireworks is blown up, you see some particles of it flying in the air, because there's so many particles put together. One firework cannot make a blast, but a firework with so many particles is the one that makes a blast. Biafrans, be proud of what you are doing, and let us avoid competition. Let us avoid jealousy. Let us avoid envy. There is no way for jealousy and envy, which is the disease that we are going through, the disease that we are encountering. If you think that you are good enough, you can do it better than Onyindumazi Nnamdi Kanu, you can do it better than Mazi Chemefo, you can do it better than anybody, come out, do it. We will support you. What we need is Biafra. There is no need for you to go to a seminar and you begin to castigate the other person. That is stupidity, because the people who are listening to you will know that you are a fool. They want to hear what you can do and not how bad the other person is. When you begin to talk how bad the other person is, you have already failed the interview. You have already failed the test. Now, whenever Mazi Nnamdi Kanu goes and speak, he don't spend his time talking about other people or telling you how bad they are. No. He tells you his vision, how he wants to restore Biafra. And that is what the world wants to hear. When you go to a job interview, they will ask you, what do you know about this company? You tell them what you know about the company. They say, okay, fine. What is your plan in taking our company to a greater height in the next 5 years? These are the things they ask you at the interview. They don't ask you, what about the other company, our opposition company? What do you know about them? They ask you about their company because they're interested to know what you can do for them. So do what you got to do. At the end of the day, we want Biafra. Leave everybody else alone. Let them do their things. Because when you begin to talk about this and talk about that, and of course at the end of the day you are already a failure. This is Radio Biafra Middle East, and I can tell you with all sincerity, I can tell you with all assurity, Biafra is unstoppable, and Biafra is a must. It is a must. And in case you don't know what the meaning of that word must is, you need to go and Google it up. You need to go and look into your dictionary. It means that come rain, come shine, Biafra must be restored. And on this juncture, I say may God bless our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. May God bless him. May God continue to guide and protect him as he cruises around on Biafra train to ensure that Biafra is restored. May God bless Biafrans all around the world, both those in diaspora and those in motherland Biafra. But most importantly, may God bless our motherland Biafra. From me, Mazi Ikechukwu Onoha, it is goodbye, and together we shall see Biafra.